Welcome back. I'm playing Warhammer 40,000 Gladius, and back by popular demand I will go through and do another one of these quest playthroughs on the impossible difficulty using the Too Many Voices mod to have some better audio going through the story mode, and then I'll read through the different lore for the different tech as we get that unlocked. If you're enjoying these videos, please give my channel a like and subscribe. Cartoon posts more content for you. So I'll just kind of go through our settings here. It'll be the same as our other ones, but I'm going to be playing on the impossible difficulty, huge world size, very high land mass, very fast game pace. I'm going to have all DLC that I've purchased activated, and obviously the quests will be activated. Standard research, everything will be set to medium, as you can see here, other than the wire weed, which will be set to very low. I wish I could just turn it off, but that's not an option. Same with Imperial Ruins, Forest, and River Density. That means we'll be able to move across the map faster, and that will expedite playthrough. And then the AI tends to get hung up on difficult terrain, and specifically wireweed. For whatever reason, it seems to get confused by that impassable terrain, and so it'll actually sometimes bug out the AI and they won't proceed down a certain path any further. Now, if you want to cheese the AI, if you're having a lot of trouble with this, you can actually keep spawning in maps until you have an area in the corner where you're kind of partially blocked by wireweed, because that will make it so the AI will be not coming in your direction, because it'll be like, oh, there's impossible terrain, and it'll go somewhere else, and that can give you a lot of extra turns to start getting the bulwark of your base set up before you start engaging the impossible AI. Now, I will have every faction, including another Chaos faction, activated here. It'll be a free-for-all. As we are playing on the impossible difficulty, they'll be getting the extreme loyalty and level advantage. What that means in terms of gameplay is every unit, including cities that the AI creates, will start at level 5. Every unit in the game has a max level of 10, so that means they'll have significant increases to their combat effectiveness and HP. And then they also, for every city they form, will have 100% or 100 loyalty. And so what that means is they're going to be able to found as many cities as they want to before it even causes any loyalty penalties. Whereas for us, every city that we're going to found is going to cause us to have a -6 loyalty penalty outside of our first city. So for us, we're going to have to rapidly get to overcome the loyalty penalties that we're going to be suffering before we can get viable cities, and that's going to make our cities start slower because we're going to have the loyalty penalties slowing down our output. So it's just going to make it harder for us to expand and make it so these guys have no issues with expanding. And because of the increased loyalty, they'll also have significant more resource output for every city that they make, and then they'll also have increased production speeds. So for the AI, it effectively allows them to just make shit tons of units. So depending on how long this takes, it's not uncommon for them to have anywhere from 300 to 1,000 plus units, whereas we'll get somewhere between probably 50 to 150 units, but that's because I'll tend to focus on just getting elite tier units. Now, sometimes the Chaos Forces, I play a little bit differently. If I have a nice start and I can creep a bunch, then I may get some Dark Sorcerers to help me get some Demon Spawn, and then I'll have more units, but it all depends on what kind of start we have here. So in addition to reading all the lore background, I'll read kind of the background here as well. So the Chaos Space Marines. 10,000 years ago, the Imperium erupted into open rebellion led by the forces of the Dark Chaos, Gods of Chaos. Though it was defeated, those same traitor Space Marines still live today. They are the equal of their loyalist brethren, but twisted and corrupted by the warp into strange death-dealing amalgams of man, monster, and machine. So if you're looking for a more in-depth playthrough, I shouldn't say playthrough, but for a guide, I will create a guide for every faction. They may be up by now. It all depends on where I end up uploading, when I upload this video, and when I get time to go through and create the guides as well. So we'll see how that goes, but I'll create it like a how to play playlist, and then I'll have it for any faction that I've completed already, because a lot of people have been struggling with playing this game, especially on the impossible difficulty. So I just give my recommendations on units to focus on, the research tree, how I kit my heroes out, things like that. So Death to the False Emperor. Initial challenge medium, and it definitely can be depending on how you start. So we'll see. Hopefully I can use my demon spawn to help us creep and not get boxed in right away. We have the Chaos Cultists. So we have cheap infantry, the cultists that can found cities, and then you can also sacrifice them to the gods to increase your city growth. You have unholy rites, which allows you to sacrifice city population and then get some temporary boons depending on the god that you sacrifice your populations to, and these do stack. Your units who are considered champions of chaos, they can gain permanent boons when they kill a unit, or you can give them boons when from your demon prince or other kind of things that you can unlock. You have spawnhood. So while the chaos boons are always good, you also have to risk the chance that your unit could turn into a chaos spawn, and there's nothing worse than you have a very powerful Terminator squad that has a bunch of good boons and then they go and get turned into a spawn. That can be an absolute nightmare. But to offset that, any unit that gets a kill and gets a random roll for a boon of chaos could just turn into a demon prince. So that could turn your lowest tier cultist into a medium tier hero by turning into a demon prince, and that would significantly help you push if that happens. It's just all RNG though. And then the Marks of Chaos. So as you also get more research, you can unlock these Marks of Chaos, and you'll get 2 for every god and then 1 for a Chaos Undivided. And at the cost of influence, you can give different buffs to your units, but you have to give them within the same god or the Undivided. So, and then it will not die. Demon engines will regenerate hit points every turn and when they do damage. And then you have something called the Veterans of the Long War, which means that you'll have reduced morale loss when you're fighting Space Marines, and they also have increased melee accuracy. So heresy must be eradicated leaf, brand, and root. It must be exercised utterly, or it will return all the stronger time and time again until it is too great to destroy. So inside the Eye of Terror, the Chaos Marines have built a new Dark Imperium. The fallen Primarchs, now Demon Princes of Chaos, led their forces in endless internecine war for resources, slaves, or favor in the eyes of the gods. However, recently the balance of power has shifted. With the fall of the fortress world of Cadia, the traitor legions can come and go at will, and with the birth of the massive warp storm called the Great Rift, the Imperium is divided and weakened. The hive world of Gladius Prime, isolated in a distant corner of the galaxy, should be an easy target. So with that, we will get started here. We'll watch the cutscene because I have all that kind of background stuff on my quest videos. If you're wanting to see the stories, definitely look at the quest playthroughs on the impossible difficulty. And then I do have quest playthroughs as well, which I conquer and kill every AI faction that's on the map with us, and you get a slightly different ending, but you don't have much of a story up until that last kill here. So if you're looking for those, you can check that out depending on what floats your boat here. So with that, let's get started.
10,000 years we have fought. At Luna, at Terra, at Cadia. Beside the false Emperor. Beside the War Master. Beside the Despoiler. 10,000 years we have been faithful to the Dark Gods, sacrificing our souls, bodies, and machines to them. Yet, the Imperium stands. Now, Cadia has fallen. The Dark Gods have guided us to this Imperial hive world. Gladius. Whatever is here, we will prove ourselves worthy of it and take it in their name. Glory to the Dark Gods! Death to the false Emperor!
Alright, let's take a look here.
Do you hear the voices too?
Well, if I do that, I'm going to lose. If I come here,
What do you require?
I can get these. I can get up to that electricity. This is kind of a bad start.
This will please the Dark God.
Chaos is our master!
Alright, some armor. That's not terrible.
We go for the Dark Gods.
Alright, we'll get the research. Looks like we'll need to rush some food, so we'll get it there. And we can get a Lord's Quarter.
In your 10,000 years of war, you do not remember a worse sojourn in the war. Following Abaddon's 13th Black Crusade, in the days after the fall of Cadia, your cruiser jumped into the warp and became stuck there, like a wasp in amber. Time became unreliable. Your crew and the ship itself became infested with the stuff of the warp, possessed or mutated, until only a handful of your troops remained intact. When the cruiser finally burst from the warp above the Imperial world of Gladius Prime, it was a demon ship, and your surviving troops fled to the planet below. After so many millennia, though, you know that there is purpose to this. You have been tested and survived. You know that the Dark Gods had reason to send your warband to Classiest Prime, and that you must discover it, or face their wrath. To a weaker eye, the planet would look devastated, with its Imperial populace demoralized. To you, it looks ripe for corruption. You start immediately.
Alright, so we have to construct a cult of chaos, create a chaos cultist, and then research bloated, and then we'll get access to some chaos spawn. I guess let's keep these guys together. Alright, and then we're gonna have to get some food here. I guess there's nothing special about that start.
Lord quarters are now available for construction.
To call any Chaos Space Marine murder sadists, psychopaths, and monsters to a man, a hero is a contradiction in terms, but there are exceptional examples of them. The sorcerers, the masters, the champions of chaos who head up the war bands and follow the dictates and commands of the gods. Here they congregate under the watchful eyes of their lord.
What do you require?
Well, let's do that. We'll skip because they have the rapid fire ability, which means we'll want them to be shooting at one range ideally. That way they could get double the amount of fires because they have the rapid fire trait. 1, 2, 3.
We are Legion.
And I think we'll rather sacrifice these. Holy shit. Oh my god. There's a data smith over here. That means there's going to be castellans too. Shit.
Infernal fabricators are now available for construction.
Normally confined to the soul forges of the warp, these incomprehensive mechanoid structures are responsible for the creation of all demon vehicles. Here, the mechatendral wreathed warpsmiths oversee the breaking and corruption of the machine spirits of captured imperial vehicles, as well as the forcible incorporation of lesser demon machinery and tortured flesh into demon engines. Okay, well, I guess we're not going to be pushing this way. We'll get captive pens to increase our population limit. I guess we're going this way.
Your command? Massacre the weak!
Pull you to there, and you're going to be healing. We have to capture that electricity back. Now we got a relic over here. Freaking castellans, oh man.
Captive pens are now available for construction.
For all the gods, only Father Nurgle seems to care for his worshippers, and his worshippers care for the slaves who operate the city, confining them to the perfect quarters to breed disease and pestilence, while keeping them physically and mentally robust to perform the many horrifying roles their fallen Astartes masters demand of them. Well, let's get you over to there. Oh, geez, he's in Imperial Ruins, and then these guys, I think, get a trait where they get additional attacks, right? Yeah, Ruined Stealth. I was going to say, I seem to remember that they get some buffs for being in there. Which means I probably got to pull these guys back. Unless they're going to jump after our cultists, which could happen.
Chaos is our master. Hunt and destroy.
Well, let's pull you out of there, I guess. Put you to sleep. And then, let's get one more. I guess right here. Because then I'll have a city to hide in. You'll probably capture that back. Which means I'm not going to be in issues with my electricity.
We are Legion.
Alright, let's heal. Alright, give me a population, and then get me some electricity. Yeah, I can't push this way at all. Alright, well, let's come over this way, I guess.
The Dark Sorcerers of Chaos have pledged their allegiance.
So Masters of Possession lead war bands and devote warriors in pursuit of untold power. The sorceress figures have mastered the darkest and most blasphemous lore, the art of using hosts of living flesh to house demonic spirits. It is they who perform the profane ceremonies of binding that imbue the demonkin with their warpborn power, gouging a breach into the fabric of real space. The Master of Possession draws a willing entity from the Immaterium, channeling its terrible energies into the body of a supplicant or the chassis of a war machine. So thoroughly are these dreaded figures steeped in the blasphemous sorcery that where they walk, reality itself recoils. Alright. Well, let's get the Meadow of Sorrow. And then let's start getting some of those sorcerers. Because we're going to be stuck healing. And then hopefully I can go to the east a little bit. Who knows where the next enemy is.
Yes, master.
Alright, I'll let you heal one more turn, I guess. Get you back up to full.
We are Legion.
Here fighting, I can't tell where it is though.
I am but your humble servant.
Alright, let's do something like that. And hopefully it'll be less terrible over here. I probably should be doing the research too.
What is thy bidding, Lord?
For
Yes,
our story.
Master. Kill for the master.
Yeah, Kroot get the bonuses for being in the forest. They get an additional 17% damage reduction.
Meadows of Sorrow are now available for construction.
It can't have been a follower of Khorne who named this plain a meadow. Allegory isn't a concomitant of the blood god's troops. Whoever coined it, the metaphor is apt. The carefully planned Carefully planted rows, tended conscientiously, the gaps refilled as they empty, but the Slaneshi garden these fields, constantly devising unholy pleasures for their god's honor at the expense of its victims.
I heed your call.
Alright, let's get you over to here. And I guess let's just put you guys over this way. Yeah, these guys are shrouded. So let's just attack here. And then we're going to need loyalty and some more population. And then we're going to need electricity. So I guess we will just come here because there's nothing special there. And we'll unlock the Warpsmith. Actually, yeah. Wait, no, it's Mark Nurgle. I'm looking for right. Ah, Rite of Pestilence is tier 4. Okay.
What do you...
What is your intent?
Alright, we'll give him the armor. We'll move you to here.
Your command?
Let's move you to here.
You are no match for us.
You can come to here.
I am but your
Now we have some
humble
demon spawn.
servant.
And I hate to sacrifice those guys like that, but we will do it because I don't want them attacking my cultist. And now we can set this off every 5 turns. We can get a free chaos spawn, which will help us creep because we are definitely going freaking slow with our start thus far.
What is your intent?
I suppose we should also upgrade Bloated. That way we can at least get one boon going.
The tides of destiny often turn when you least expect it.
Why can I see that?
Chaos is our master.
Yeah, that'll be good. So I can get a city here. I might be able to get a city up. That's not... That's a... Okay, Grassland's not a border for an enemy location. 1, 2, 3.
Masters of the Soul Forges offer to you their heretical services.
Warpsmiths are masters of the machine. Most can trace their origins back to the priesthood of Mars, whether through the schemes of the Magi or rigid doctrine of the Tech Marines. However, where the Adeptus Mechanicus regard technology as sacrosanct, the Warpsmiths seek to subjugate and control it.
Hunt and destroy. We bring oblivion.
Let's see, you have 3 turns to get over here. I could push. Or I thought I could, at least. You're gonna heal. And let's get Bloated going, I guess.
Yes.
See, that's why these guys are so good. They're taking hits and they're barely suffering any damage.
Your intent.
Alright, let's move you down to here. You can come to here. You can kill those guys. I hate to sacrifice more, but
I heed your call.
I need the money. Oh, we got somebody up here. Those would be the Adeptus Sororitas.
Their wounds will mend if they prove worthy.
Though Nurgle's curse diseases rot a man both physically and spiritually, they also imbue their subjects with decaying flesh with inhuman resilience. To such bloated forms, the spreading their pox can often bring with it minor blessings from the plague god.
What is thy bidding, Lord?
Alright, and you're stuck here.
I go
For one more turn.
search of new sacrifices.
And we can bring you this way, I guess. We'll get right at change. Actually, I don't really have any research buildings, so I don't know if that's really important. Oh fuck, I should have got the warp forge so I could build my buildings faster. That was a mistake. Sounds like there's some kind of battle over here.
We are Legion!
Alright, you attack there. Now we've got some nice new demons.
Anything for you, master.
You can attack there. You just heal. You've leveled up, so we'll get you some healing too. Let's put you to snooze. And then you need some electricity. And some food. That'll get us some influence. Hopefully we can push this way.
We are Legion!
Alright, let's put you to there. You start
Show
making
me
your
the
way down this way.
And I will go.
Kill them! Sacrifice them!
We are Legion!
Ugh.
Pathetic whelps, die!
Now let's just keep getting things moving as much as we can. Wonder if we're gonna find... Can't imagine the Cynumen were the ones that were protecting the hollow projector.
We are Legion!
Alright, let's get you over
Beware,
here.
my lord. Fate is a cruel mistake.
Alright, give me some... Oh, you're supposed to give me something good.
As you wish.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll drop him, I guess. Well, there's definitely fighting over here. These guys just lost morale. I don't like that too much. Alright, that's not terrible. A dimensional key. And we'll get that.
Do you hear the voices too?
You can come over here. Hit that. I guess you'll come here and attack here.
I heed your call.
Got 2 turns left for this.
Cry for mercy if you wish. I shall not listen.
I'd really like to kill the enslavers. they wanted to just come over here, I would not be upset. I don't know my attack animation sounds good enough to know who's attacking over there.
Warp forges are now available for construction.
Alright, building that constructs new buildings, as well generates ore and influence. Though the warp smith's soul forges are deep in the realm of chaos and hence inaccessible from Gladius, chaos is nothing if not flexible. These warp forges are kept hot by the daily sacrifice of thousands of civilians captured in the ruins of their fallen hive world to pull the warp-bound building of chaos into shimmering existence.
What is thy bidding, Lord?
Well, let's get you over here. Let's get you to here.
Pandering, tedious, moralistic, unambitious, idiotically loyal, holier than thou, craven, pusillanimous, inhuman, and, oh, our brothers. We will bleed you, and gut you, and pleasure you, and torment you. Come closer. Taste the depths of our filial feeling.
Alright. Oh, well. It's not great. Oh, of course you're not going to be able to get the kill. And instead I probably just encourage them to come over and fight. Which is not good. Well, let's get the Rite of Pestilence, I guess. And I guess I'm not coming over to the east anymore because we found the Space Marines. Yeah, I knew you were going to do that, you bastard. Well, I guess we're going to pull back this way now. Alright, you can attack here.
Be rewarded for your demise.
And you come up this way as well. Which one is this? This is the hollow projector, which gives us 10% HP. Can't come up here because the Adeptus Sororitas are there, so I guess we're going to come over and try to clear out this corner. Yeah, I need some freaking research, man. It's 20% everywhere. Well, I think we just teleport you over there.
What do you require?
To battle we stride.
Alright. And then once our chaos spawner over here, that should help us.
Yes.
We'll just push over this way.
We are Legion.
Yeah, see if I can get the Rites of Pestilence, then I can start getting our population up more.
Chaos is our master.
Of course, Master.
Let's execute, skip. Alright, so Adeptus Sororitas are to the north of us. Interesting. What I actually don't know is once you kill their main city, when they remake another city, will it just be the one that has one square around it as the secondary cities, or will they be able to then make a giant city again? Now I got Space Marines over here with their fortresses. Hopefully they won't come over here and get vision on that stuff.
What is your intent? Unto the Lord of Decay, your sacrifices shall be.
Rite of Pestilence. So a Rite of Pestilence doesn't explicitly sacrifice a Nurgle, it merely invites his blessings upon your people. Given the virulence of Nurgle's diseases, the rot, the Courtling Moraine, the oozing pox, many will die of these blessings in his name. Many others will live with them, burgeoning with plague-ridden fecundity.
Your command?
Alright, well,
Seek my counsel.
I guess you can actually just heal
Your
here.
destiny does not end here.
Let's move you guys over there. And then we have more population than I need, so I guess we might as well do that. And then we'll get the population up. And we'll come over here for our last location. Now we can get Call of the Dark Gods, which will give us additional tile acquisition.
Yes.
Alright, we gotta move you up a little bit here. Yeah, there's our frickin' Castellan.
What do you require? We will do it.
What is your intent?
Alright, let's let you heal. He found us. Alright, let's just do that. And hopefully they won't keep coming after us. They very well might.
What is thy bidding, Lord?
I can run you over
We
here.
have plucked out the Sworn God's eye. It sees Gladius no more, and will turn its mind elsewhere.
Well, that's good. So Tyranids are down.
I heed your call.
Alright,
I
where
am
the
but
heck
your humble servant.
did these Castellans go, man?
This land will serve chaos.
Alright, let's move you up to here. Okay, we found the data smith. Let's see, and you're up and running. Very interested to see. Let's see, those guys have what, 24? HP. Okay, so the repulsor grid. Okay, just range damage. It says damage returned. Yikes. Alright, how far can you go? You can go to here. So let's pull you back
What is your intent?
and heal you. Move you to here. Move you to there. You can come over this way.
Chaos is our
You can
master.
come over here. That should still give you levels. Now we can turn down the decrease the cooldown. Turn down the cooldown. Let's see here. And then for you, what was I gonna do? Oh yes. Population and loyalty. And more population so I can keep sacrificing. And then by then we should be able to acquire some new tiles. Although I probably actually need to instead get some electricity in there. Because we're going to start putting into negative reduction, so I should cancel that instead. And I think I should be able to kill these guys. Maybe. Alright, well.
You seek my counsel.
Let's keep this going.
Yes, master.
We are Legion. We bring oblivion.
Alright, let's do something like that.
Your command?
I don't actually mind if he kills the Chaos Space Marines here, because I can get some food back.
What do you require?
I do have some use for the Chaos yet. This is the symbol, though, that you're looking for on your units, is Champion of Chaos, because that means they can get the boons.
The whispers of chaos will spread far and wide.
The people of the Imperium will listen to any lies, believe any tale, which tells them that they are not doomed. That way, sadly, lies perdition, and the gates of chaos stand wide open to the lost and the damned, at least on the way in. Alright, well, let's get you here. And have you come here. Now we got some more Chaos boys here. I guess we're gonna put you in the city.
Hunt and destroy.
You can attack there. And it's what, 3 turns now with the... And we'll get right at change, I guess. Because I would like to get the technology. Range 2. Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, I guess we'll feed the kills to the champion, or to the cultists here, because they're the only ones that could potentially get a benefit out of this. While the rest of these guys are still fighting. Alright, well, let's move you up to here. Come up here, you heal there.
Chaos is our master.
You heal. Alright, now I guess we'll focus on getting some research. These guys are getting their butt kicked. He's got 2 HP there. We'll see how much he heals. I think it's going to be quite a bit. Unless, of course, we get the kill, which is always possible. Yeah, I forgot they do that Illuminator. That's why they do bonus damage.
Zinch favors those who embrace change.
So invoking the changer's name is a highly risky. Few know what he will do and to further his endless plans, or the curses he brings if he is distracted to no purpose. After a rite of change, some mutate, some disappear, some are embedded alive into the city walls, but always something is learned.
I heed your call.
Well, let's get you
Your
here.
destiny does not end here.
Let you get killed here. See what happens. You keep attacking there. And you start building me research buildings. And then come here and build me more research buildings, and we'll start sacrificing population. And then we'll get extra infantry armor, so our people can take a hit a little bit more, although I don't know how much of an army we're going to need as we continue to push. But we'll find out. One, two, three. Yeah, this will be good. Give me a little energy. A little bit of food, not much. 1, 2, 3. So if I put you here. Alright, well, let's move you up as much as we can.
I am but your humble servant.
Alright. I think that's gonna get the kill.
I will be rewarded for your
Nice.
demise.
Alright, and he's a champion chaos, so he just got the bloated trait, so that's nice. Shit, that is not nice. In fact, that is likely going to need us to get some kills here. I think there's actually some... Yeah, Chaos Rising is the one that I was thinking of to reduce the cost of our cities.
What do you require?
Well, go ahead. I was kind of hoping...
You would do well to be cautious of prophecy.
You would have,
Little humans, unaugmented, untouched by the Corpse Emperor's hand. Yet you worship him, following brave Lorgar. Would that the Emperor had listened to Lorgar 10,000 years ago and let us worship him. The heresy would never have even started. And these little sisters of ours would never have had to face their dark futures.
alright, well, let's just keep attacking. Let's see, and you can come up to here. Take him out. Heals a little bit more. You're gonna come here. And you have what, 85 health? That's gonna be a lot. I don't think I'm gonna be able to kill that city. I'd want to try though. It's only got one population.
Yes, master.
Alright, which one is this? Well,
I
10%
am but
damage, that could
humble
be helpful.
servant.
Adorn your warriors with the unholy armor of chaos.
Most infantry in the 41st millennium are equipped with flak armor or their equivalent. If a commander wants their troops to have more than a slight chance of survival, to equip them with something closer to the Astra Militarum's armor class derived carapace armor.
You seek my counsel.
Well, let's move you up to here. And you can heal
Your destiny
him.
does not end here. What is your intent?
Take that.
Yes, master. We go.
Can have you attack there. You're healing. Chaos Rising. And we can get him down here. Yeah, see, each population it goes up though, its HP goes up by like 5. So we got to be engaging these guys.
What is thy bidding, Lord?
Hopefully he'll stay and fight here. Because then I can run over, shoot these guys, get the kill with our Master of Possession. And then these guys can all fight here. Alright, let's attack here. You come over to here. Let's move you up to here. Alright, we now got another chaos spawn. Now the question is, am I going to attack the base? I think the answer to that is yes. Alright, let's do sacrifice. And then you can get this for some more electricity. I don't like that. Go somewhere else, please. Oh, you little bastard.
The well of chaos is infinite.
The Imperial population of Gladius knows little of chaos, but in the hell of the Xenos evasions, their faith in the distant Emperor has become shaken. It is easy for occultists and apostles to turn their minds to the gods and to their doom.
We are Legion.
Do you hear the voices too?
What is thy bidding, Lord? We are Legion. I heed your call.
Alright, attack, attack, attack. What is your movement?
Yes.
3, so if I put you here, 1, 2, 3. Let's just run you all the way back to base. Run you over here.
Lord, fate is a cruel
Heal there. Run you up to here. Keep trying to level. Alright, energy. And then research. We're going to need food. Which I guess would be best served here. Actually, let's do that. And then conjoined weaponry to increase armor penetration to help us kill this city.
Yes, master.
And then let's bring these guys down to here. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So if I do something like that, 1, 2, 3, that should help us capture this stuff here.
Your command? I will serve you, for it benefits us both.
Yes, master. No.
Alright, I do not want to keep killing these guys like this. But they keep jumping down, and I don't want them taking my resources is the issue.
Do you hear the voices
I would like to get you down here
Of course, master.
to start getting our next base going. I feel like it's frickin' healing as we're trying to get kills here. Yeah, this was definitely very cumbersome. Oh my god, freaking
Draw
Vespes!
forth your cruelest weapons from the armory of hate.
It is normal for soldiers to grow close to a trusted weapon, but the Marines of the Traitor Legions have gone further. Over the centuries, their troops of the Adeptus Sororities have literally grown into their weaponry, becoming one with their guns and blades, exponentially increasing their effectiveness. And what I'm not sure about is, are the Chaos Boys just over here right now, fooling around, or are they actually attacking?
Yes.
Nice. I love the research. Now the question is can I get them back to where they need to be? I think this is actually going to work out okay here. Let's get you over. Of course you're going to do that.
Your command?
Here we go. Now we got more.
Hunt and destroy.
Heal.
I am but your
And
humble
then you are going to
servant.
make a city here. And you are going to build me 2 of those. And 1 of these. And 1 of those. not know Dominions had the scout ability. Well, I guess they're taking that. A little surprised they didn't get shot at.
Your command? Chaos is our master.
I don't know what I think about this. These guys have one range. These guys have one range.
None shall escape your fury.
The warpsmiths may have only trapped minor horrors in the casings of these explosive shells, but their rage at the point of impact isn't minor, and they shatter and return to the warp. They rage and snatch it at anything nearby. Well, I guess we're gonna have to do something like this to try to escort him back.
Our legion.
And you can just shoot into the Dominions here. Alright, we now have that city going, so we'll get that, and this, and that. And we'll get extra vehicle armor. These guys will keep healing. And I think with that, we'll call it quits for the day. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe. Encourage and post more content for you. Have a great day.